Welcome everybody to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. What are you wearing today? What are you showing off today, Mark? Hey, nice top. So, yeah, I just had a few messages. Always follow them. I always try to follow my clients when they ask me for information. And one particular client mentioned the healing oil that I work with. So I thought, I haven't talked about the healing oil for ages, and it's like nice to be able to talk about it. So if you don't know who I am, I became a healer at 38 years old. Prior to that, I was an auctioneer. A bit of a change, really, but it was a wonderful change. And I started working also with oils. And behind me, you can see, I just turn it there a little bit. There's a few bottles of oils there. That's we're actually looking at we're actually talking about this one today. And if I kind of bring you a little bit closer, you can quite clearly see there's a number of crystals in there. There's actually around about 300 or 400 crystals in there that have been there since I was, how old was I? 38. I'm now 50, 56, 57, I think. So I had two. Last week I added a piece of, what did I add into that one? Oof. I added green amethyst, a piece of moldavite, a piece of Chinese quartz, Chinese writing quartz, and yeah, I can't remember that last one. I can't remember, but yeah, like through the week, through the month, depending on how I'm feeling about energy and what I feel that crystal's good for, I normally relate it to, well, I don't relate it. What I do is I get a feeling that needs to go in there. It's like, okay, that needs to go in my purification oil. Oh, that needs to go in my moldavite oil. Like, what? Like, moldavite? Yeah, of course, but just that piece. Okay, well, what about that piece? No, this piece. Who am I talking to? I don't know. There's a lot of people inside here. So my friends say. Who are you speaking to today? Depends what the moon is. Is it full? You're talking to everybody and all the crazies inside. So yeah, this is the oil. Above here, oh, now I remember. It was fluoride. So I put fluoride in as well. So that was like last week. Yeah, last week. So fantastic oil. So that oil is how many years old? 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, that's 10, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, so 18 years. So these are like 18 years old-ish, 18, 17, 18 years old. How can they be 17 and 18 years old, Mr. Bajerski? Because I never let the oils go down. The least they ever go down to is about here, but normally half. So if I'm ever doing a bunch of oils from my website, normally I try and do between 100, and if it's really busy and we've had a lot of orders and we need to stock up, and it depends what month it is, then we have a lot of orders from practitioners, a lot of orders from all over the world. It's like, okay, so how many do you think I should make? The girls say, please make at least 200, please make at least 300. So I'm normally I normally go to about 300. If it's a special offer, it's 500, 600, 700. So in there, I'll work till down there. So I'll normally get about 500 halfway down, something like that. And then I replenish again. So so that's kind of how it's worked. So let me grab the healing oil. Abundance, golden healer, golden healer, golden healer, sacred oil, mystical oil, purification oil, healing oil. Okay, I found it. Here it is. So out of there, all done by my hand, nobody else touches them. This isn't a corporation that just floods out from China or wherever. This is just me. So the bottles are, as you can see, brown. Reason why is because when they're clear, for some reason, I was always told that if it's clear, the product may go off quicker. And I'm like, okay, it kind of makes sense. Mine, I've never had one person say that their oil's gone off, probably because they use them all the time and they're always buying new ones. But it's got a sell-by date here of, it says, I think 1 year, 12 months. That was legally, you have to do that. But bear in mind, these are 18 years old. I don't want to go further back into it because when I first got the oils and started with them, they go back even longer in age-wise. So the age of these oils should, in theory, be around 50, 60 years old from where I first started. I took some oil from my first mentor, and that was 40 some years old. So she did the same thing. So I just basically followed on from my first mentor. But I started using crystals instead of flowers because she was a Wiccan high priestess. So I wasn't really bothered about like spells and stuff. I just wanted to do my own thing. So then I started a first bottle. Oh, it's exciting! Looking back, I even remember what the bottle looks like. It was a jar, clear jar, and it had a lid. And I didn't like the idea of the lid. So I took the lid off and then got some cork and placed the cork over the top of it so it could breathe. Just a feeling I had. And that was it. It started from there. So I got that oil and I'm like, adding to it now, what kind of oils would you like in there? This is how my oil started. They're slightly different from other people's oils because my oils change depending on how I feel the situation of the world is at any given moment. Normally through my clients and through what I'm hearing. So it's like, okay. So I started with this oil. Sorry, I'm skipping, going back and forth, but it's exciting. I like to talk about my oils. So they never came like this to begin with because it was just for me, for myself, and maybe I'll start to use them on my clients. Who knows? So I started working on them and I was very stubborn. So I'd go to a local crystal shop because for some reason I felt I wanted to put some crystals in instead of flowers. And I'm like, what kind of crystals do I want to use? So I'd just feel the crystals because I didn't sell crystals at the times or oils or incense. I was just becoming a healer. So I'm checking out all the, she was never annoyed with me, ever. She was wonderful. So this was Vitamina down the road and she had a massive collection of little crystals. I mean, little tiny ones. And some were like 50 euros for little ones. And some were 10 and some were 15. So like I had to be careful what I spent because I didn't have that much money. So I just feel them all and think that one. And just a little one. And I'd bring back to my reading room, my first original healing and reading room. I'm like, I put it down and I'm feeling the love from this one crystal and I'm thinking this is going to be amazing in my healing oil, right? And it's still there till this day. They're in there, still there till this day. I don't want to go in and start taking them out. I kind of keep it pure and I'm very, very careful with my oils. So I don't like messing about with them. I just do the things that you do, which is place my hands over them and put energy into them as many days, as many hours you can through the year. That's what I do. So I start, like my first mentor said, you can just use sunflower oil. I'm like, I don't want to use sunflower oil. I use another oil. And I said to the lady at Vitamina, I said, what kind of base oils do you have? And she had 3 or 4 different types of base oils. And for some reason, I went for jojoba to start with. And then I went for grapeseed. So I tried loads of them. And it was just trial and error working. We want error as much as what I liked, what I felt was really working on my clients. And now I'm onto saffron oil. That's amazing. And so I've got grapeseed, saffron, I've got lots of different base oils. But I wanted to add more of the essential in there. So it's not like one drop of essential to look like, no, get it all in there. So I'll show you, literally, I kid you not, right? This is how I used to start working, right? I used to buy tons and tons of oil. So here, right, is sage. That's sage, right? So that's how I used to do it, right? Sage oil, tons of them, tons of bottles, and get them all in my jar. Just get them all in there. Now it's changed. I buy from different companies around the world, and I buy big. I'll just show you. So these came the other day. So this is full up, beautiful clove leaf, camphor oil, and so anyway, like, to start with, you do things how you can. You know, you do your best. Like, I'm just a little me, just getting on with it. But the most important thing was the amazing energy from one little crystal that went into my oil. And remember, my bottle of, a jar of oil was only a small jar. And this jar meant everything to me. It was like, it was part of my healing tools. So I wanted this to be the best thing. Now, I'm a healer, makes sense. The first oil I didn't think about making 2 or 3 oils. I just thought about the first oil. Nothing came to my mind about anything else. So I got this oil, and I started using a few base oils, and I started putting crystals in there. And while I was down at Vitamina, I said, can I smell some of the oils that you've got, you know, not the base oils. They could have been any. So it's orange, I'm smelling orange. Lemon, and, you know, sage, and this oil. I'm smelling all of them, and thank goodness she had loads of testers. So it was beautiful. I ended up working down there doing psychic readings and healings for her. We got on so well, and she became such a good friend. So anyway, it's like, no, and you'd think, well, why not? They're all beautiful. Yeah, they are all beautiful, but they don't match up to what I know my consciousness wants me to get. And I don't know why. I have no clue why, but I'm going to keep smelling and see which feels right. That's right. That's right. So I ended up getting, maybe after a full week of healing people, I might have about, I don't know, spare after having to pay the mortgage and everything, and, you know, food. I might have about €80 left. So I was doing quite well, like, so this is great. So I'd get a few, and I'd get some discount, and I'm so excited. So I've got some crystal this week, a new oil this week, you know, and just putting them in, mixing them with a glass mixer, or it might have been a wood spoon, but no metal in there, no man-made stuff, just natural. And then continue with the energy healing, you know. So I might put 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours in a week energy work into it. A lot of the times I used to, and this wasn't cheating, but I used to take the bottle and put it underneath the healing bed, knowing that that's going to receive energy healing. But then I soon realized that it doesn't have to be that close, Mark. If it's in the room, that energy will attach to it. So I ended up then moving the oil to the reading table, and then from the reading table to my black shelf, and like realized, no, it's receiving the healing. Why did I think that? Because when I was giving a healing session to somebody, it might be a young girl who was suffering really bad, bullying at school, whatever it may be, and the mum might be sat here, and I'm doing the healing session, and I'd turn and look at the mum, and the mum would be asleep, or the mum would be crying, or the mum would be like receiving the healing. When I'd finished, the mum would get up and say, I received that healing. I feel so much better. Like, I actually got healing. And I'm like, And she was telling the truth. I'm like, she is getting healing. So then I thought to myself, if she's getting healing over there, then there's no reason why all my other oils, whatever they were, little tiny bottles that I would use in there, was all receiving the same energy. So I realize that now. A room will receive energy when you put energy healing in the room. So the healing oil wasn't named healing oil, right? I've named it healing oil after the second bottle came out. So the second jar started. I started with the second jar, but the first jar is only about today. So once that jar was ready, it was a work in progress, and I would sift some out, put it into a little tiny bottle, them little tiny bottles, glass bottles with the plastic things on. Do you remember they used to give them out? I don't know if they do or not now, with perfumes. So they'd give you a free one. Well, I bought about 1,000 of them. And every time a client had a healing session, I'd give them, I'd put it in, I'd squirt it. I'd use one of those syringes, right? But the little ones, pull it out and squirt it in there and give it to my client and say, please use this, and continue using it through your meditation or healing, whatever, on a night, in the morning, whenever you can. So they were thankful for that. So the healing oil ended up receiving lots of crystals in them, which I felt would work. And then I'd be smelling all of these different oils, and every year the oils kind of changed, depending on what I put in there. So within there's maybe 1,000, who knows, different oils in there. But as time went on, I started enjoying a certain scent and thinking, this feels right in here now. There is times that I do change my oils when I'm pulled to, but when I'm happy with that oil and I think this is beautiful, why break something that's not broken? I don't do it for the sake of change, because I want to change it. I never provoke the change, only if the change comes through me to make the change. Then I'll say to people, I've changed because something's happened here that I feel I need to change. But then I might go back to how it was for whatever reason. I have no idea, but I just follow that. So what's in this healing oil, and how do you work with it? How do you use it after 17 minutes? Okay. So predominantly now, the last, I'd say 3 years, I've really loved a very, very high quality, organic lavender. I absolutely love it in there. So when you open this bottle, like first time to open just now, okay, 1, 2, 3, 3 drops. It's very, very potent. So rub in your hands, breathe through your nose, hold for 3 seconds, and then breathe out through the mouth, exhaling all the toxins. So that's beautiful. Third eye, fantastic for the third eye. I'm telling you. Amazing for your temples. Third eye helps you see. Also, temples helps you clear. So that's clearing migraine, helping you see clearly. Your eyes become more brighter. They become more visual. You see things clearer. So amazing for the top half. You can rub onto the crown. It will help open and heal and strengthen the crown, all at the same time as it's protecting and healing the physical body as well. Rub behind the ears, always amazing to help you hear. And if you've got ear issues, tinnitus, anything like that, it will ease and help in so many ways. You can come down to the jaw if you've got tension in your jaw. This is as a healer would do, as my client was there, closed eyes. I wouldn't ask any questions, but I would know where to rub the oil. And sometimes I might rub it behind the ears and then straight down here, knowing that they've got tension in their jaw. So perfect. You're rubbing here, which is going to clear that, which is going to release the tension from the jaw, but at the same time, you're rubbing the oil on, which is penetrating and actually easing the jaw and the muscles. Fabulous. And you go further down if you've had issues with your conversation that day, you wish you hadn't said something, you wish you had have said something, rubbing onto the throat, you're healing the throat, any issues with the throat, you know, you got gripe, as they say in Spain, you've got a bit of a sore throat, no problem, rub there. Then at the same time, you go to the back of the neck there. Some people have a lot of stress at the back of the neck. Rub that oil at the back of the neck, you'll find that you'll feel eased. You'll feel eased. Why? Twofold. You've got the beautiful energy of the oil, which is penetrating and making the muscles just a little bit more flexible so it doesn't feel as painful. Secondly, the energy within that and the crystal energy is also working on a spiritual level. So they're healing and cleansing and clearing dark energy that's trapped and stuck. And then you go down to your shoulders, you rub on your shoulders. Lots of times I had healing sessions on clients and I would ask them, please rub some on your shoulders. So they rub it on their shoulders like that. Then the healing process starts. So I don't need to worry too much. I don't need to work too hard. And then as the healing takes place, I'll sit down like this. The head is here, the legs and body's down there. And I've got my hands just an inch away from the shoulders, and then do the healing work. Combined with the healing oil, that is then going to lighten the load. You're just going to feel like, I feel lighter. And you're going to also feel afterwards that you haven't got the baggage that you were carrying for that week or that month, and you'll feel lighter in general. Also, if I had like pregnant mums and stuff, I say to people, you know, if you're pregnant, just wait till you've had the baby, which I do suggest, because I don't want to be, you know, oh, it must have been that oil, something went wrong, you know. No, it's just natural oil. But I did used to put some oil just on the back spine and come down right to the base and give healing. So my client would normally turn to the wall on the healing bed, and I'd work on their back, and I'd be releasing any issue on the back. And that was amazing for people who had back pain, not just pregnant women, but people with severe back pain. And, you know, the dual energy of this healing is it heals spiritually. So if you've got trapped issues from your back, and the reason why is because, well, there's many reasons why. It could be that you're eating a bad diet, you're not cleaning your liver and kidneys out, so you've got pain there and you think it's your back, and it isn't. It could be your kidneys. So you're working on that, and you find that whatever the issue is on the back, it's relieved. And then they go home and keep rubbing it on the back, and they feel more relieved, and then they say, oh, it's gone now. So there's a lot that this oil does, even when a healer isn't there. It's almost been the healer for you through the day. My recommendations with the healing oil is 3 times a day, but if you're in severe pain, once every hour, once every 2 hours, depending on, you know, how you feel. But you just keep using it, and it keeps up the cleansing and healing. Not, you know, sometimes things fix very quickly, and sometimes they take longer. Everybody's different. I'm different. So if I've got an issue, I'll rub it on and like it's gone instantly, or it's taken all day, but it's gone now. So it depends. Nobody really knows. But lavender, just if you understand lavender in itself, the energy of lavender, the healing properties is 100-fold. Not only does it heal in so many ways the skin, the skin, any issues with the skin, it's fantastic. So it's a win-win situation. You've got a healing oil, which is also good for the skin. So it's known as anti-aging. It's known as healing acne and issues with the skin. Sorry, there's loads of messages coming up here. It's known in so many circles, in spiritual circles, as a protective oil. It literally and spiritually speaking, it protects your energy, and it does protect so much. It's well, green is always related. Like I have a lot of green in there, right? And the reason why is because I'm wanting to bring peace into your mind, body, and spirit. So I see this oil as an energy of peace. It brings peace, but it's a healing oil, and it's healing physical. So predominantly it heals mind, body, and spirit, but it's a healing oil for physical. So if you've got physical issues, it's brilliant. So when you look at it like that, it's like, wow. So it's amazing for up here. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I use it a lot up here. So here, 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 and on my heart. I often found it brought a lot of insight. It brought in a lot of almost like a new way of seeing things, a new beginning in life. It brought forward in oneself a deeper connection. So you become more loving and more devoted, which is beautiful. Everything that I kind of try and attune to with my clients, whether it be Barbara, that I used to work on with her foot. She had a massive accident. I used to use healing oil on that. And, you know, she came from, you know, being in a wheelchair to being on sticks to walking absolutely perfect now. And the doctors said that would never happen. A lot of healing work and a lot of healing oil, continuous, and the mindset of knowing that she would walk again was definitely all part of the healing process for sure. So going back to this beautiful 15 mil with of course the dropper, which is great to have. 3 drops are fine. You don't need to go OTT, so that's going to last you for a good long time. 15 mils, there's not 15 mils in there because 15 mils would come to about here, but I just fill it up. Sometimes I'm a bit silly bugger because I fill it up too much, and then when I put the top on, it spills, and then I have to be careful. But I always put more than 15. It's not. I'm not like that. So I'm just like, get it in there. So this oil helps heal your physical body through any issues you've got much faster. So that's what I knew as a healer, that this oil heals you much faster. If you have physical issues in the body, it will heal and lighten the load. It will ease the tension and the pain throughout the whole of the body. It's fantastic for the wrists. And like I said at the start, always breathe it in through the nose and out through the mouth. I recommend doing that for a minimum of 5 minutes. If you can do it for 3 minutes, it's great. But if you can do it for 5 minutes, you will get the benefit of all the energy and all the healing through the body. Rubbing it on the wrist is a fantastic thing to do. Rubbing it on the back of the neck is a fantastic thing to do. So as you come down the body, you're rubbing it on your heart to heal and strengthen the heart. Then you can come down to your stomach, which is one of the most beautiful things to rub this oil on. Healing oil is fantastic for the stomach, and it's fantastic for the back, liver and kidneys, all around there. Coupled with your healing, which is basically really simple. One hand where the issue may be, and the other hand asking for the energy. So by simply doing this, you're receiving energy. And if you just put your hand down like this, palm faced up, breathe in through the nose, blow out through the mouth, wherever the pain is, and wherever you've rubbed the oil, just keep your hand there and just breathe. And it's a process which is very natural, and you'll find, wow, I'm getting better and better, and this is getting easier and easier, and the pain is getting less and less, and yeah, good for you. That's how it is. That's what healing is. It's not such a big deal. You also strengthen your life force as it's happening, so that's also a protector. So then as you've gone from your stomach, you can rub it on your belly button in the morning and at night before you go to sleep. Fantastic. There's so much. I could go into great detail into that, but just try it. It's fantastic. And then from there, you want to go down to your knees. Your knees are what I believe one of the most powerful chakra points there are. I've never really heard people talk about them, but as a healer, and I didn't really take much interest in chakras. I just followed where my hands went. I didn't want to listen to other people's stuff because I didn't want to feel in myself like, oh, I'm cheating and listening to other people. I wanted to figure it out myself. One of my clients will tell you this: when they were ever sat down in the seat, if there was some really heavy stuff, I would rub the healing oil on the knees. I would then take both hands and kneel down with a pillow and put my hands there and just stay there for 10, 15, 20 minutes. It's incredible. From there, I'll get back up, rub it on the shoulders, place my hands just above the shoulders, do 10 or 15 minutes. From there, I'd go to the heart, do 10 or 15 minutes on the heart, or I might do the heart and the stomach at the same time. And then I'll ask them to lean forward and I'll go to the back, 2 hands on the back, rub the healing oil on the back. And once that's done, that is the healing session, the cleansing session of chakras. So, or whatever you want to call them. I call them PowerPoints, but the knees are fantastic PowerPoints. That's why the body never lies. You don't know, but the body knows. That's why when everybody touches their knees and holds their hand on their knees, it's because they need strengthening of the core. And the knees are a powerful strengthening of the core, the whole body. It's incredible. So when your client's lying down, again, one of the most powerful places you can work are the feet. Really powerful, as any healer knows out there. Wow, you can just be by the feet, and you can do a full hour on the feet, just being on the feet, and the whole of the body will heal. Same with the head. Powerful place, a powerful place to be. So rubbing it on the sole of the feet is really good if you're at home and you're just trying to relax that night. Just 3 drops, rub, and just let the work be done. Obviously, just be careful where you're sitting because you don't want oil all over your new sofa or all over your carpets, but just be aware of that. What I normally do is I'll just put my socks on. So I'll rub it on, put my socks on, that's it, and it's fantastic. It really is. The one thing I know about my healing oil is it's changed, but never changed that much that I would ever want it to be anything other than what it is, if you know what I mean. It's always been my guiding oil out of all my oils, which I know is going to help people who are in a physical and mental and emotional state. It will heal them. And if you use it, like I said, every hour, when you're going through tremendous stress or issue, follow the gut instinct. Open the bottle, smell it, put some on your hands, breathe it in, and then if you feel you need to go somewhere else on the body, follow the gut feeling. If you're unsure, where is the emotion hurting you? It's so easy on the physical because you'll say, oh, my physical pain is my left knee. Okay, rub it on your left knee. But for some reason, if you think, I think I need to rub it here on my back, even though it's not the pain in the left knee, follow that. Because sometimes X never marks the spot. You think that your knee's hurting and that's where your issue is and you want to get rid of it. But the root cause of it could be something else. It could be up here. So if you rub it up here, you might find that your knee gets better. I once used to heal a lady called Marissa, same as my mum's name behind me there. And she used to come and she couldn't walk up the stairs properly. She had a really powerful job and she was always stressed. And I used to think as a healer, I want to help her. Look, it's a foot, it's in pain. I'm going to focus on her foot. Never really worked. And then I focused somewhere completely different. And it was up here. And it was because she was stressed and worried. And that stress is like tension that causes the whole body to be tensioned. That's why working on the head, as a doctor once said to me, where do you normally work on a client most of all? And I said, that's easy, it's the head. And they go, absolutely. That was, the doctor was like, I can concur. That's exactly how I feel as a doctor. Like, wow, it's all up here then. He said, yeah. And he's not a doctor as a doctor in a white suit, another doctor, anyway. So, As I worked up here on Marissa, her foot got better and she walked down the stairs fine. And I'm like, okay, so stop looking at somebody walking up the stairs holding onto a bad arm or a finger, bad finger, thinking like it could be something else. It could be here, it could be anything. So why I said that is because sometimes if you're following my direction, it's not always going to be right. Follow the direction what feels right within you. Because sometimes I used to go to these circle nights and want to learn from shamans, and they'd say, this is your problem. And I'd do it and like, no, that wasn't my problem. And then I'd think, I should have followed my gut feeling. It was somewhere else. And that's when I started learning through my mistakes. So you shouldn't always listen to me. I'm just giving you guidelines. I'm giving you ideas and thoughts and feelings from one client to another and my experience. But you know more than anybody where you need to go and what you need to heal on the body. But the healing oil predominantly is for healing, the physical, mind, body and spirit. But physically, it's a fantastic oil for physical issues and it works wonders. It really does. Every day we get compliments. Every day we get amazing testimonials. Why? Because it's not just an oil. It's a labor of love. And everything I do, I put my love into it. Everything. And love is important. Healing is important. Right crystals important. Your intention is important. And I love my healing oil. And I'm so damn proud of it. And what it's done for people is incredible. And through my healing practice of all those years, it served me so well. So that is today's little topic on Mark Bajerski's Pure Energy Healing Oil. I hope you appreciate it. It's available at markbajerski.com only, and you can buy either 1 bottle, 2 bottle or 3 bottles. So the choice is yours to give it a go. But I promise you this, every drop that you receive out of there is with love and with focus and pure intention. So I hope you appreciate it. I really do. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I think I'm going to continue each day with all my 10 oils. And of course I had to start with my first oil. And on the next video will be all about my second oil, which came very organically. So till then, have a great day. I'll put one link below, and that is for my Pure Energy Healing Oil. Have a great day. And if you've ever had my healing oil, and if you feel anything that you want to say about it, if it's helped in any way, please share it with everybody else. It gives them comfort and reassurance and confidence to be able to say, okay, then I'll try it. I'll buy a bottle. Okay, because that's important. All right, have a great day. Take care.